Virginia recently became the 38th state to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment. The deadline to ratify it expired decades ago, but Monday the House Rules Committee is meeting in Washington to remove the deadline. Victoria Cobb, president of the Family Foundation of Virginia, joins us now. Victoria, you're opposed to the ERA. Are you concerned the House will be able to advance it with this change?
Well, certainly we don't believe that amendments can work in perpetuity, that we can propose something in the 70s and it can be valid in 2020. So we are concerned about Congress's actions, but we know that the court should be able to stand strong on how our founders intended us to ratify an amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Why do you think that the ERA is bad for women?
Well, it is not a matter of equality for women, which is what people always say. It's actually a matter of the fact that this language is attempting to make women and men the same, and that has tremendously terrible outcomes on issues like abortion and on things that are so personal as in our school locker rooms and bathrooms, and what does biological sex really mean versus how people feel about their gender.
Many legal experts say the only way to revive the ERA is for Congress to pass it again and start over, asking states to ratify it. Do you think there's an appetite in Congress and nationally to do that?
Well, certainly people believe in equality for women, and we believe that we have it. Certainly there is an idea that we can continue to move those societal concepts forward, but the need for a constitutional amendment simply isn't there. The courts have been very clear. Our Constitution already ensures equality for women in the 5th and 14th Amendment. So we think we are where we need to be, and we simply need to let this terrible wording and this vague idea that is outdated and not valid go.
Victoria, Virginia's new Democratic leadership is systematically transforming your state. Both chambers of the legislature have passed new protections for LGBTQ people. What does this mean for religious institutions?
Well, we're deeply concerned because many of the laws that are being passed do not seem to have ample exceptions for faith communities, not just churches, but we're talking about Christian schools. We're talking about outreach ministries of churches like homeless shelters. So we are doing everything we can to attempt to block these from passing both chambers. But we do need to make the faith community aware that we are going to have to rally, and we may have to litigate when our religious freedom comes into play once these go into effect if we are unsuccessful in